So today we're going to go over a category of baits that is getting bigger by the day and is still flying under the radar. Even though a couple of these baits are a few years old, bass have not gotten used to seeing them yet. So this style of bait is awesome for pressured fish. I've been fishing with most of these baits for a few years and I've had excellent success. So today we're going to talk about where to fish them, how to rig it, and the setup that's easiest to throw some of these baits on. So the first bait we're going to talk about is the rubber dice. These are custom colors that I've made myself, and I will put a link in the description teaching you guys how to make your own dice. Now you can make as many as you want. You can custom your colors to your waters in the United States, and you don't have to worry about them being sold out. And you don't have to pay $20 a pack. The second bait we're going to talk about is the Geecrack Imo Kemushi. This is the 95mm, and this is the 60mm. And the third bait we're going to talk about is the Geecrack Imo Kemushi Q-Bomb. This is the 1-inch size. So when it comes to the dice, the first rigging option I'm going to talk about is weightless. When I rig it weightless, I'm going to use one of 3 hooks. This is the Ryugi Fog Shot hook in size 2. This is the Decoy Shot Rig Worm 10 hook in size 2. Or this is the Weedless Nico size 2 made by VMC. So this will be the decoy hook. If you're looking at the dice, this is the small end, this is the larger end, so it tapers down. You're going to come from the bottom and you're going to rig it just like that. The hook point is sticking out. You could bring it back a little bit where there is no hook point sticking out, and as the fish bites it, it will go through. Now this is the VMC size 2 weedless. I'm going to hook it the same way. I'm going to come from the bottom, and it's going to basically come out the front. I throw it like this all the time if I'm around some sticky stuff like brush or laydowns or whatever you're afraid of getting hung up and you don't want to use just an open hook. So the way you hook this bait weightless is going to be pretty much the same way you hook this bait if you use it in alternative methods. The way I use this bait is weedless, I use it on a split shot rig, and I use it on a drop shot. Those 3 ways I have literally smoked them with this thing. Largemouth, smallmouth, it doesn't matter. If you guys have never seen this bait and it looks crazy, I don't know what they think it is. I don't care what they think it is. They like it. So if you're going to fish it weightless, here's some of my favorite places to throw it. Roaming fish like wolf packs, around dock poles or floats, deeper brush, laydowns, overhanging trees, and even some deeper boulders. So one little tip I'll give you is add a nail weight. This is a 196th, this is a 164th. Put it right through the center, hook it the way I showed you, and you'll get it a little bit deeper quicker. You'll be able to cast it a little bit better, but I regularly fish it straight up the way it is, and it is painfully slow. But I will fish this down to 20 foot, and I will sit there and I will wait. And I'm telling you, these fish, they have never seen anything like that down there. So when you throw it, this thing, like I said, is painful slow. But if you're seeing fish down there, or you know fish are down there, and even if you have to wait a minute or two, when it gets down there, you get bit, don't worry. You'll keep doing it over and over. So that's one of the little tricks that I'm going to teach you. But don't forget to fish this thing deeper. So the next way I'm going to talk about fishing this dice is on a drop shot. Hook it the way I already showed you, and fish it how you'd normally fish a drop shot. Fish it in the same areas. You can pulse it. You can add some slack to the line to let it drop to the bottom. You can pop it, you can drag it slow, fish it in the same places you would fish a drop shot in the normal way. It's just a different profile and a different look, and it gets bit. The other thing, you can add a heavier weight and you get a reaction strike. So if you're pitching it out there, this thing falls down quick, and once it boop sits there, you'll get bit. The last way I'm going to talk about fishing this dice is on a split shot rig. Use the lightest split shot weight you can get away with. My favorite spot to fish the split shot rig is around deeper grass edges. I've caught some really good ones on some deeper grass edges. Slowly tapering gravel points, you know, wherever you would fish a Carolina rig or a split shot rig. But I really like the deeper grass edges with this split shot rig. When it comes to throwing the dice, I'm throwing it on a 7'6" Daiwa hair jig rod. It's a spinning rod, 3,000 size reel, 8-pound nano braid, and 8-pound fluorocarbon leader. You can try 6-pound fluorocarbon leader. You can try 10-pound fluorocarbon leader. But it's basically a hair jig rod that loads really quick at the top, so you can throw these little baits. It's pretty important because these things are super light, especially if you're throwing it weightless. So the next bait we're going to talk about is the Imo Kemushi. This is the 95. I'm using a Bellows 4/0 hook. This is a pretty heavy bait. I usually fish this on 15 to 17 pound test. I basically fish it sort of like a Senko. I pitch it and flip it, reeds, grass lines, laydowns, brush, whatever. Basically, you just flip and pitch this thing around. It sinks pretty good. I'm telling you, this is, again, something everybody else is out there throwing Senkos. Go throw this under some underhanging bush. Forget about it, guys. They really like this damn thing. I don't know what they think this thing is either, but it gives off a big presence in the water. They have not seen it yet. So here's the Imo Kemushi 60. I'm throwing this on the VMC 2/0 wide gap hook. This is not the heavy duty one, by the way. This thing's tiny. You got to throw it on a spinning rod, 8 to 10 pound test. Same thing. Skip this under overhanging trees, into bushes, laydowns, grass lines, around docks, floating docks. This thing gets bit, 100%. I know it's small, but it gives off a little bit of a bigger vibe in the water. And again, they have not seen this yet. And here is the new one. This I have not fished yet. I did put it in the water and it looks crazy. This is the Geecrack Imo Kemushi 1-inch Q-bomb. I'm going to fish this just like I would fish a dice. But I think I'm going to use, I know I'm going to use a larger hook. If I was going to put it on a drop shot, I would probably go up to a size 1. This is a size 2. As far as the Nico hook, the size 2 I think will be fine. What I'm going to do is I'm literally going to hook it the same way. There's a little tail right there. I'm going to use that as the back, and I'm going to come down the bottom and out through the middle. And that's how I'm going to rig it, with the size 2 hook. So I'm going to throw this in the same spot I would throw the dice. Underneath trees, docks, deeper brush, laydowns, floating docks, bluff walls. This type of stuff, guys, actually does really good around trees and brush. I'm not sure if it's because they think it's a bug. I definitely like fishing around wood. But up north for smallmouth, I have pitched and flipped this stuff around boulders, and it works well. All right, so don't think it's only around wood, but if you see like shade and overhanging trees, definitely pitch this stuff around it. And I'm gonna fish this in the same ways: split shot rig, drop shot, and weightless. Alright guys, so I hope you learned something about this category of baits. I hope you got some more confidence in throwing them. I've been throwing all these, except this one, I've been throwing all these for years. When I either see the bass with my eyes or on the live scope and I pitch one of these baits to them, they definitely act like they've never seen it before. They're definitely real aggressive and into these baits, especially for pressured waters. Try something like this. This is something they haven't seen before and they're definitely into. Alright guys, hit the link at the end and I'll show you how to make your own dice and actually add silicone to any bait for that matter. So please like, subscribe, comment. I'll see you on the next one.